My name is Jesse Mwai. Thank you so much again for tuning to this video broadcast. And it gives me great pleasure to be able to just share something from the Word of God that I'm sure will be of great help to you. In our last broadcast, we talked about gaslighting, and we asked the question, are you a victim? And I gave you a few tips and a few things that probably you needed to reflect on as you ask yourself, am I a victim? And we will not be able to go through them today, but you can always refer back to the previous video on this. We want to take this to the next level. And last week also in our last broadcast, we talked about David, who became a victim of gaslighting from King Saul, the man who began pursuing him. He was a king, he was a man in authority. David was just a young shepherd boy who had been anointed to take over. But as a result of the things that he was subjected to by King Saul, he found himself in one instance in a place called Gath. He found himself so afraid that he began behaving as though he was insane. And that's what we discovered, that sometimes gaslighting, which is a form of emotional abuse, it is a form of emotional manipulation, can actually result in you sometimes behaving like you're mad. You no longer make sense. You're no longer yourself because of that gaslighting situation that you find yourself. Remember, our definition of gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse, and this can actually be seen sometimes in marital relationships. It can be maybe in the workplace with your boss who is always coming down hard on you and blaming you for things you didn't even know about. It can be maybe even in a social relationship, maybe just a friend, one friend to the other, or it can be even in a parental relationship. But the end result is that the victim always feels there's something wrong with them. The victim always feels that they can never get anything right. The victim always feels that there's something wrong with them. Narratives will be created around you, and people who are into gaslighting, whether intentionally or otherwise, will make it their goal to ensure that everybody around you or anybody who knows you actually thinks that there is something wrong with you. And we looked at some of those criteria that we need to consider. And today I just want to take it a little bit further before we look at how do I break this cycle in my life. Just maybe a little bit much more here. So people who will gaslight you will trivialize how you feel. They will make you feel small. Have you ever met people who just have this way of making you feel so insignificant, so small? They patronize you. They talk to you like you don't matter. Or sometimes they will actually tell others about you. They have a way, they will create a narrative. This person is always like this, they're oversensitive. They never get anything right. And they will tell your relatives, they will tell your friends, they will tell people in the workplace so that people begin looking at you in a certain light. That is a form of emotional abuse. That is gaslighting. They say things to you sometimes that they will actually deny later. They tell you, do this, or they will ask you for something, then they will actually deny. Tomorrow they will say, me, I never told you anything like that. Or they will even hide things from you, objects from you. They insist that you or they will insist about certain facts about you. They will say, I saw you there, or you did this or that. They will actually lay things on you that you know nothing about. And you find yourself feeling small, feeling ridiculed, and feeling misunderstood, feeling misrepresented, and you begin sometimes behaving, you lose your personhood. So your behavior changes, and you're not the person that God intended for you to be. So how do I break this cycle? I'm sure you are asking, and thank you for asking that question. The first thing is, please make sure in that situation that it is gaslighting. It's a gaslighting situation that is happening. So don't jump into conclusion and assume that every small problem in a relationship is gaslighting. Please make sure, get your facts straight. I've given you the criteria in our last video. Please make sure it is a gaslighting situation. And then if you find that it fits that profile, take some time from the situation. Now, David, after he left Gath, now in chapter 22, this is what David did. He left Gath and escaped to the cave of Adullam. When his brothers and his father's household heard about it, they went down to him there. I'll just stop there. So what did David do? He walked away. He took a step back from that situation, went to the cave of Adullam, suggesting to me he took some time alone. All right, he took some time just to go and reflect and to go and think. So take some time, take a step back from that situation. Don't react, don't overreact. Then, thirdly, collect some evidence. Put your facts together. Right? Don't get overly emotional about it. Get your facts together. And that is the purpose of you isolating yourself for a while. For a season, take a step back from that situation so that you can be able to think clearly and straight, so that you can be able to collect and put your facts together. Then, so that after you do that, please speak about the behavior. Confront that person. One of the things that people dislike is when you confront them about their behavior. If somebody is mistreated, whether it is your boss, whether it is that spouse, you need to speak up. You need to tell them in a nice way, in a good, polite way, this and this and this is happening. This bothers me. This is what is making me feel. When you do this, this is how, and you don't do it emotionally. Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your cool. Don't just have your facts straight and be able to present your case, but confront that behavior. Remain confident in your version of events. When you have your facts, please don't allow yourself to be manipulated. Don't allow somebody to tell you that that's not true. Stick to your story. Stick to your script. Number 6, focus on self-care. Take care of yourself. How do you do that? Meditate on the Word of God. Pray about how you feel. All right, but take care of yourself. Read something positive. Read the scriptures. Feed yourself with something that will help you. Then, number 7, involve others, by the way. Don't isolate yourself. Involve others. David, when he was in the cave of Adullam, his family came to you. In other words, surround yourself with love. There are people who love you. You are not unlovable. There are people who believe in you. Surround yourself with those kind of people who make you believe in yourself. And then finally, if the worst comes to the worst, please seek help. Counseling. Talk to your pastor. Talk to somebody mature. Talk to somebody who has your back. Talk to somebody you can trust. Friend, don't allow yourself to be a victim of gaslighting. You can break that cycle. You can break it from your life and be everything that God intended for you. Thankfully, David's story ends well. Eventually, he became a king. The madman became a king. It is possible for you to come to your destiny. God bless you. Please share this video and encourage somebody else who may probably be in this situation. God bless you.